A turning point chapter in every Texas school. It's November 7th, 2025, and these are your headlines. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says he's putting $1 million of his own campaign funds towards a new effort to launch a Turning Point USA chapter on every high school and college campus in Texas. He made the announcement this morning, calling it a Texas project to grow the conservative youth organization founded by Charlie Kirk. He said the idea came after a call with Turning Point executives about plans to expand in Texas, adding that he hadn't planned to donate, but that the Lord put it on his heart to make a meaningful contribution. Patrick said he first met Kirk at President Donald Trump's inauguration in 2017 and was inspired by his passion for teaching young people about freedom, free markets, and limited government. Patrick also announced that he and Attorney General Ken Paxton will speak at a Turning Point USA event at the University of Houston next week. Patrick urged Texans to join him in contributing to the cause, saying Texas should lead the country in expanding the organization's presence on campus. Attorney General Ken Paxton is taking Galveston ISD to court after the district voted not to follow a new state law requiring schools to display the Ten Commandments in the classroom. That law, Senate Bill 10, requires public schools to post a 16 by 20-inch durable copy of the Ten Commandments in a prominent spot in every class. But after Galveston ISD's board voted to defy the rule, Paxton filed a lawsuit. He argued that the phrase separation of church and state is often misunderstood and vowed to fully enforce the law anywhere it hasn't been blocked. Several families across Texas and Louisiana have already filed lawsuits claiming that the law violates the First Amendment, saying it forces government-sponsored religious expression. A federal judge has temporarily blocked the law for a handful of school districts, but Galveston isn't one of them. Now, the full Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals will take up the broader legal challenge in the coming weeks. Galveston ISD did not comment before publication.
But every day I run into something that I'm dealing with the county judge.
Judge Bray recused himself, but as we'll soon see, he couldn't resist reinserting himself into the process.
Signing notices, setting deadlines, accepting candidate applications, rejecting candidate applications. The dispute that ensued thereafter was centered on whether or not Judge Bray had the authority to do those things or should have been doing those things.
Head over to TexasScorecard.com today to watch our latest documentary, Kicking the Circle.
Texas State University is rolling out new guidelines designed to keep classrooms politically neutral. The new 16-page policy called Value Neutral Instruction lays out standards for how professors should teach controversial topics without pushing personal or political beliefs. It encourages faculty to use objective, evidence-based instruction and to avoid politically loaded terms like climate justice, decolonizing, queer resistance, or systemic racism. The guide stresses that professors can still share their scholarly perspectives, but they can't grade based on agreement, penalize dissenting students, or turn class time into political advocacy. The framework promotes what the university calls intellectual humility, meaning professors should present multiple legitimate perspectives and let students reach their own conclusions. Scholar Scott Yenner told Texas Scorecard that Texas State is the first university to apply institutional neutrality directly to classroom teaching, calling it a move towards making the classroom a marketplace of ideas rather than a source of political activism. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.